side of the sixes will be important. Samaseku needs to cover a lot of ground in midfield, which allows for the flexibility of the attack of Guilherme. Dante Sealy will play more in the wide space, but watch for Darren Yapi and Rafa Navajo to have counter movements, opposite movements, to try to upend the opposition backline.
Houston 2 at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Now Chapter 2 with the Dynamo very much eyeing revenge. Off we go and ready for launch here in Space City. Guilherme drives it across. Well defended second ball presents itself and belted straight to Zach Steffen. It's a half-hearted effort. Not much mustard behind it.
Great organization in the penalty area. This is your central forward winning the header right in the middle of the 6-yard box. Number 9, Rafa Navajo goes out. It does fall to Jack McGlynn.
Samaseku. Oh, he's done really well. The Ivorian waits it perfectly. Ennali is on. Right past the defender. What a touch. Squares it across. Bogusz twisting and turning. Samaseku!
Vertically. He tried to cross it the last time he was in this area. This time he uses deception instead to find the feet of Bogusz, gets it tied up, finds Samaseku, doesn't get a
crowd baying out for a goal. Guilherme ribes it in, but calm and cool as you like. Zach Steffen bobbled it, and that's the plea from the fans.
The in-swinging service puts a bit of pressure on him, but no real pressure over. It goes straight down. It's incredibly close. We'll take a look at it here as he bats it down in this area.
Takes a deflection on the way in. Muscling it through is Hamzat. Second ball presents itself. This is Yapi. Pulls it across. Parried by Jonathan Bond. Something out of nothing, but alert goalkeeping. They've been all night.
A great reaction here as the Rapids figure out a way to get this forward. A separation there from Yapi in the cross, and it's Dante Sealy. There's this dip of the shoulder that allows Yapi to freeze Antonio Carlos. He gets around. Dante Sealy does well, but Bond has a strong wrist.
That Houston defense once again with all the injuries. It gets away, it breaks now. It's Ennali. Ennali across Ponce. Last-ditch tackle, and what a tackle it was. We talked about the ineptitude, but this one hits the channel now. Bogusz!
In the gap, great outside to inside run. It was horizontally run by Bogusz. Ponce is crashing in the middle of the goal. He could have laid this across the 6-yard box and would have been his comfortability on the ball. He almost like he's going to draw a foul at any moment or go straight to goal.
Corner taken short. Bogusz! Ample space to operate, no one closing him down. Corner number 5 arising, the crowd once again rises. Guilherme all the way across, and once again, Colorado just gobbles it up. This is Ennali! Sensational! Absolute crackerjack from the German.
The service is much improved. It's well defended initially. However, the first touch of Lawrence Ennali doesn't allow anyone from Colorado to close this space. The technical execution to strike through the ball. It's in the back of the net before Zach Steffen even sees this ball. That's how much power is generated by the strike of the outside back.
Travis flicked on Cobb, and it's cleared off the line. Well drawn up, it's still on. Aronson lifts, far post. Uzat is in the mix. Travis hits one early, Bond comes out, just gets a paw to it, he's off his line. It opens up on that opposite side, Stuart Baines. Aronson parried well. It was a venomous, fizzing drive.
And this was the last opportunity. Paxton Aronson plays it in, and Bond uses the pace of the ball to get it out of danger. He sets right away. He's able to...
One last gust in the sails for the Rapids. It's Georgie Manungu, and now or never for the Rapids. Manungu lifts right into the area, and ably defended by the Dynamo. Hit well by Jonathan Bond and out of play. And that is going to do it. Houston survive, exacting revenge. Lawrence Ennali with the goal.
Good head coach Ben Olsen here. Ben, another win at home here. Shutout victories. Your thoughts on that result tonight?
Well, we want to continue winning games here and rewarding the fans and the people that are coming out to support us. And so far, that's been a recurring theme. And I thought the performance today was my favorite performance of the year. Again, super disciplined defensively. Thought the coaches put a really good game plan together. The players followed it. I thought the physical outputs from every player was at a really high level. And then mentally, we were tough. And we some of our guys got out of their shell and I thought had a real kind of nastiness about them and physicality. And those are kind of the three components that we talk about. And not, at times we've had all three of those. And sometimes you can get away with two, but tonight it was, all three of those, I think, were boxes checked.
Thank you. We'll start with Alex.
Thank you, sir. Coach, good evening. Congratulations. Talk to us about, again, Agustin Resch, Antonio Carlos, their discipline, their timing. I keep focusing on that because once they're clicking, it seems like tonight's performance can be repeated.
Yeah, they are a nice little partnership, and they obviously they got some size and they got some moxie in there and some physicality, but I thought they were really composed all night long, and Resch, we expect that from Antonio. We didn't know how he would respond after the 120 minutes, but he did a good job. We put him in a few cryo chambers over the last couple days, and he came out a new man, and I thought he had a great game. And Resch, he's a pleasant surprise. I mean, that's a hard team to play against, and obviously it's a collective. And I thought Bondi had a good game. Felipe was an animal. Lawrence playing left back is something new, that it was a new challenge for him, and he took it. I thought he did a great job with some of the duels. Again, to a man, everybody showed up tonight.
Coach, quickly, you talk about the emotion, and you had a great quote this week coming into the match of some emotion is needed, but not always. I did see your emotion in the conclusion of this match. You're happy with this victory. I could sense it. At least that was my perspective, Coach.
I'm thrilled. Yeah, I'm thrilled for the guys. I'm thrilled for the coaching staff that this was a group effort, and I think we needed this type of win where we showed maybe a different side of ourselves. I thought, again, the defensive discipline that we showed. I know at times it's frustrating giving the other team the ball, but sometimes that's warranted to end up having success. And we had a few really good chances. They didn't have a shot in the first half, and we had real transition moments. And it was set up that way. We're unlucky not to be a little cleaner in some of those moments. But overall, just thrilled with beating them, especially after losing the way we did away. We wanted to kind of get a little something back.
Coach, a bit of a two-part question. After the next 8-day break, you have about 5 games in 13 days. Is this where squad depth and all these additions come into play? And more or less, what are some of the expectations going into all those games in such a small amount of time before the big break?
Well, just that everybody is going to need to contribute. So we'll get away for a couple of days, and these guys have been grinding, same as the staff, the players. So we'll step away, and we'll show back up Wednesday and get back to work. And the message is going to take everybody. And fortunately for us so far this year, or unfortunately, we've had a lot of twists and turns with the suspensions already, with the red cards and injuries, and so that's enabled us to put a lot of different players on the field in different structures, and so we will. I'm comfortable with a lot of our squad depth, in that they've seen real minutes in the MLS so far. So we'll have to rely on them over the next month.
Yep.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win today. Arturo and McGlynn, we spoke about them last week. Today they played 60 minutes. What are your thoughts on their performance, and how are they doing?
Just that, if I didn't have sports science down my neck, I would have pushed them a little bit longer. But we have to be smart with some of these guys. Already didn't have a preseason, and he's an important part here. So we got to keep building him. And Jack, his minutes were, I think, really quality, and we just got to keep pushing him and make sure that groin continues to get stronger, and he's available for the next month.
And then on resiliency, right, focusing a little bit on Lawrence. Last season, he came back from a horrible injury. This season, now he's in a new position, but he's still performing. What does that say about him?
Well, I've played him right wing back, left wing back, left back, and a 4. I'll probably use him as a right back at some point in a 4. So, he's had a lot to digest, and this is an attacking guy. He's a winger, by trade. So, he's really had to. We've asked different things of him, and he's been open-minded about it. And I think he's been. I think he's been good in a lot of those spots. But tonight was his best performance. It wasn't even close. Again, defensively, the amount of times he was able to deal with the duels out wide and regain possession and also join the attack when the game told him to was, I thought, pretty impressive. So we'll see.
All right, come up front.
Coach, congratulations again on the win. So you mentioned that you tried Ennali on left back. Is that something you think it's going to happen more moving forward? And can you describe the emotion you felt as he scored the goal?
Yeah, I'm thrilled for him. Obviously thrilled for the team to score a goal and get a lead in the game. It's something we got to continue to look at, and we can look at him in the, we know he's played wing back for us, and we know he could probably do the same thing in an advanced role on the right side too, in the way we used Griffin. So we'll just keep pushing and learning from each game. But tonight he showed a side of him that was important. And again, tactically, I think it made sense. They don't get too much in the inside baseball, but it was about being it was a one duel all night long, and it was fairly predictable out there. And he did a very good job.
Ben, 5th win in the last 6 matches in all competitions. Is there a key to that form, or is it just
gelling? No,
gelling?
they've all come different ways. Some have been, the Open Cup the other night was, a last-ditch effort, and that we've got some 1-0 wins. We haven't given up a lot of goals over that course of time, I don't think. Austin, a slip there, but our defensive mindset has been, better. And we've scored in different ways, in transition and build up, sustained possessions, set pieces, I believe as well, with Eric had one. So we got to continue to be adaptable, and we'll just go week to week. We got again 3 days off, and then LA, Salt Lake, Vancouver, Open Cup, and then LA. So we're going to exhale, and when we get back to work, we understand it's a tall task over the next month, but one we're up for.
Thank you, Coach. Talking about what you just said about the defense, I asked you on Wednesday about how different this Colorado offense looked in previous years. You gave a very insightful response then. How meaningful is it for the state of your defense to hold them to 2 shots on goal today? And considering how well their offense has run, at least in the last few matches, especially with how they played against you last, what do you feel like the state of your defense is now with how they've been playing lately, and especially tonight?
I think, again, I credit the coaching staff putting together a really good game plan and some real solves against them. I credit the players to follow that, because it's one thing to throw a game plan at someone that's a little bit different than what you've been doing, and the other, it's another thing for the players to buy into it and go after it. Because if they don't buy into it, the game plan doesn't work, and then you don't look so hot as a coach. So they have to have some faith, and I thought they did tonight. That's a high-powered offense, and at 45 or at halftime, it was a very disciplined first half. And the challenge for us, or at least it has been, is like, can we do that? Can we be a disciplined team for 90-plus minutes? And this was probably our best effort. Orlando, we had a little bit of that as well, but this was, I thought the balance of being organized, being tough to break down, but also still being dangerous in transition. I thought it was a really nice balance tonight.
And quickly going back to Ennali, you mentioned how well his growth has been since he's been a part of this organization, since his injury. What is his ceiling, do you feel like, on both sides of the ball? Do you feel like he has value that can lean one side or the other more, especially, you don't see nearly 30-yard out goals every single day. Like, what do you think his ceiling could be?
He's athletically extremely gifted. I mean, he's rapid. I think tactically he's sharp, and technically he's extremely sound. Left, right, good passer. It's fairly high, I mean, we got to see. It's still early in his career in some ways, and I think what will help him is continuing to find a consistent spot for him, so he can continue to build relationships around him and really take him to another level. We've bounced around again 3-4 different positions for him, and that's good, and his flexibility is good. But to really maximize, at some point we're gonna find a spot for him to play week in, week out, and find some really good relationships around him. So he's developing some stuff with Guy. You can see over the time that relationship's growing. But he's a special kid, and I'm really happy for him tonight.
Thanks. Ennali here, Lawrence. Another win at home here. Amazing goal from you. What's your thoughts on that result and your performance tonight?
Yeah, it was amazing. The team, amazing effort. Everyone, the subs, every player that came in, the starting 11, everybody was fighting. We didn't concede a goal. Very happy about that. And then, of course, what a goal. Never scored a goal like that. I hope many more to come from now on. But yeah, in general, just happy, and yeah, not a lot of words right now.
Sounds good. We'll start up front here. Yep. Either one. Yep. David.
Lawrence, this season you've played amazing, scored goals, but it's easy to forget that last season you came back after the ACL injury. Is that already a thing in the past? How do you feel physically?
Physically, I feel amazing. I feel great. I can play 90 minutes. That was the goal. And now it's still a little bit there sometimes after, especially like now, game after game. It's a little bit sore, but we have a great physical team that helps me to get through all that. And besides that, I feel great. Ready to go. I can run. That's my strength, and yeah.
And one more for me, this new position, even more games now under your belt. How's your chemistry with the team?
I played left back today. When the coach told me that, I was a little bit shocked, but I'm a professional, right? Doesn't matter where I play, I will give 100%. And the chemistry is coming now. We had a completely new team in the beginning of the season. Of course, it's hard to find the rhythm, but we have a good coaching staff, good team, like individual players, and now we are connecting. And what was it? 3 wins out of the last 4 games. The trend is going up.
Sounds good. Yep.
Lawrence, congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
So Coach Ben Olsen talked about your versatility and how you're able to kind of move around. When you saw the ball come towards you, and then what told you, like, can you give us the thought process, what happened in your mind as you just decided to belt it all the way to the top left side of the goal?
That's a very good question. I wish I had an answer. Took a touch and just hit it perfectly. Second shot was a field goal, but it's a 50-50 thing. Sometimes you hit it perfect, sometimes it goes into the skies.
And so we heard you in the post interview after the game. So all you're gonna do to celebrate is just sleep. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes. It was a hard couple weeks. I'm just excited for my bat and my dog my girlfriend to go home, sleep, and rest for the next couple of days.
Go to Alex.
Lawrence, good evening. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I called it a golazo, and again, similar to the thought process. I don't pretend to ever played at your level, but it's something you're going to relive in your mind. I know I have. Few I've scored, but did it tingle? Did it feel that way? Did it feel special? Maybe it's the right question.
Yeah, of course. Every goal feels special. This one especially, it was an amazing strike, and like I said earlier, I hope there's a lot more to come, like a lot more goals that I can score like that. I usually don't shoot the ball a lot, but I think I'm gonna hit some from now on.
We hope you hit many more. What does it say to go from 6-2 to 1-0 in less than a month about the level of competitiveness in this league?
Yeah, it's the league, but it's also the coaching staff. We adjusted a couple things, talked a lot about it, and then it was also the coach told us in the dressing room mentally we were prepared. And from the first minute in Colorado, what was it? After 6 minutes, we conceded the first goal, and we were today from minute 1 to, our games are always so long, 96 minutes. We were there and ready to defend and leave our heart on the pitch and everything. We had a couple guys that were dead, but they ran back. Guilherme and Mateus Bogus, they were there, and just happy. Thank you.
Go to Max at the back.
Back here, Lawrence. Good to see you again. Congrats again.
Thank you.
It's become very evident that your versatility is kind of second to none. Obviously, your coach just spoke about it. You've played basically 3 to 4 different positions already in this young season. Where do you believe feel the most comfortable? Where do you feel like is your favorite position? If you were in charge of putting yourself in the lineup every single day, where would you put yourself?
I think we all know it. My favorite position is left winger. But I'm so fast. I think I can rotate a lot and play left back, right back, left winger, right winger. So it doesn't matter.
Right. And then going back though to that defensive effort, as you know, Alex was mentioning, 6 goals to 2 shots on goal is a very, very different environment against the same opponent. What was really what were the film sessions like of looking back at that game? Did you guys even try to look back at the game? Were you guys focusing on how your defense was playing lately? And do you feel like this is maybe the best your defense is, at least right now, this stretch, your defense has played all year?
We watched the video after the game when we played when we lost 6-2, and we knew they cross a lot. When you look back, the first goal that we conceded after 6 minutes was after a one-time cross. And we knew that's coming. They did it again today, a lot of crosses and first time hits, trying to break our line and get behind our line. But we were there today. I said it earlier. We were there from minute 1 to 90, whatever. And we're just defensively amazing tonight.
And last one for me, you made it very clear that like this is a night that's a moment you'll probably never forget. You feel like that might be the furthest goal you probably have ever hit. For you, your coach just spoke minutes ago saying your ceiling is pretty high. Do you view that, yes, you're 23, you still have a long, long career ahead of you. 24, correct. My apologies. But do you just feel like your ceiling is at the sky right now? Do you feel like you can just be, like you said, with your speed, with your agility, with your flexibility on where you play? I mean, do you feel like just the sky's the limit on what the player you could become with this team?
Right now, I'm just happy to be healthy and hope to stay healthy. And, we'll do everything for that. And whatever happens, happens. But right now, I'm just focused on here now and every moment that comes. Thank you.
Everyone good? One more? We have a follow-up up front.
Sorry, me again. Coach Ben Olsen said that you guys stayed very disciplined in this particular game. How do you guys, moving forward, keep that sort of discipline? How does it instill, like, okay, we did this against the Colorado Rapids. How does it continue moving forward?
Just do whatever we did today. Stay compact, be a team, fight for every ball, foul the opponent when you have to. It's just being aggressive and being there in the moment for 90 minutes plus whatever, and yeah.